This is Shep's Tech Cars, and I bet you guys have seen all over the internet of these dusty, abandoned cars in the desert, probably either on Instagram, on social media, or maybe on YouTube. You probably have seen these. Well, these supercars are in Dubai, and I bet a lot of you have a lot of questions. Why do people abandon them? And can I buy one? All of those questions will be answered in this video because it's kind of confusing and it gets really interesting. So sit down, relax, and enjoy the video. Before I get into all the supercars and abandoned stuff, the best way to understand this is how this city actually works. Dubai is actually the largest city in the entire UAE, which stands for United Arab Emirates. Dubai obviously attracts a lot of people with a lot of money, and they have like insane architecture. It's home to the Burj Khalifa, which is, I believe, is the tallest building in the world. And I had a friend go there, and they told me you can buy gold out of vending machines. No joke, I'm actually serious on that one. All these sorts of different types of jobs that people have. For example, bankers, hedge funders, and insurance managers, etc, etc, etc. High-paying jobs that elite people that make a lot of money call home, obviously. And one of the big selling points of Dubai is that means there's no income tax, which means that when you get paid, like here, for example, in the United States, when you get paid, I had to work a job to afford something that's coming down the line very soon. Stay tuned. But anyways, when I had to work a job here, some of that money had to go to the government. That's taxing the government. So when I got paid less amount because some of the money had to go to the government, if that makes any sense. With Dubai, when you get paid, that's the amount of money you get. There's nothing that goes to the government or anything. There is no income tax, which means that if you make a 7-figure job, you have a lot of money to spend on some really cool cars. And these people don't just spend their money on cars. They spend their money on loads of things. They can take their really nice, expensive luxury car to the mall on a Saturday and they won't feel out of place because everybody else is taking their very nice, expensive car to the mall on Saturday. And there are lots of shops there. Especially the mall, I believe, is like one of the biggest malls in the world. The Dubai Mall is like one of the biggest malls in the world, I believe. And their taxes on like luxury goods are very low. So for example, if I walk out of the store with a Louis Vuitton wallet, the taxes are way lower there instead of here in the United States. Supercars are the way of life in Dubai, and you do like being the only one with a certain supercar. So for example, I could be driving a pink polka dot Porsche 911 GT3 RS down the road, and I want to be the only one doing that because that basically shows my wealth, my exclusivity, and how cool and rich of a person I actually am. You might be wondering, that doesn't answer the question of why some of these supercars are just getting thrown away, trashed in parking garages, leaving just to collect dust. Well, this does answer your question, and it's on a sort of type of laws called Sharia law there. More into that law is mainly their justice system is more Sharia law and Western law like mixed together, which basically means that things in Dubai may not be the same. You may not have the same punishment as here in the United States, for example. Things like gossiping, carrying illegal seeds, and etc. like that are illegal there. But one thing that the two have in common is stealing. Stealing here as well as in Dubai is illegal. However, Dubai defines stealing a different way that we define stealing. Stealing here is basically like, oh wow, look at this beautiful iPad Pro. What if I took this away and ran away 100 miles? That's stealing here. You're taking someone else's property without their permission and never gonna give it back. That's stealing here. Stealing there is missing a payment is what they call stealing. So either a mortgage payment or credit card payment or that nice payment on that brand new Porsche 911 you just bought. Yep, if you miss a payment on that, that is considered stealing. And if you do miss a payment on your credit card, Porsche, or your house, you go to jail. I'm serious on that one. Loans in the United Arab Emirates are super easy to get. All you have to do is walk into a bank, get your loan, and come back, and that's basically it. They're way easier to get there than they are to get here. So people take on these giant loans to buy their Lamborghinis, McLarens, Porsche 911s, and Audi R8s you see on the road. That's mainly how they get these supercars. So people take on these loans and they buy their car and everything, and well, they still have their job. That job is keeping for them to pay back the loan. Now imagine that suddenly a pandemic occurs and they lose their job, right? That payment on that nice Porsche or their house or their credit card, we're just going to talk about the car for instance, that payment on that nice Porsche 911 is starting to get even more worrying and worrying and worrying. So that means that if I miss a payment, I basically have two options. I can either borrow from a friend that still actually has a job, or I get arrested and locked up in jail. Or they come up with a third idea, and that basically is to get the heck out of Dubai. And that's what they did. They took that nice Porsche 911, drove it as far as possible into the desert, and they just left it there. And they fled. They left Dubai. And the entire country, actually, they left. They probably went to the United States or somewhere like that. They just left, and they left the car abandoned there to sit and collect dust. Some of these cars were abandoned in parking garages, in the desert, on the side of the road, in other parking lots, impound lots, etc. And some of these cars were left so quickly, keys were still in the ignition. No joke, actually. They actually were just sitting in the ignition, or sitting on the passenger seat, for example. They were there in the car, and you could drive the car away if you wanted to. So, now you're asking the question, well, how do I buy one? Because these abandoned supercars, they probably don't have any damage unless they're in Copart lots. They must be, I can get one at like a steep discount. Well, it's not as easy as you think. For example, let's say I want to go out and I see this beautiful Ferrari 458 on the side of the road. I think, I actually really want to buy that. Well, the most important thing is locating the title. And that's a lot harder than it looks. For example, right? If I want to take out a loan here in the United States to go out and buy my Tesla Model 3, I take out the loan from the bank, buy my car, and then I have to pay off that loan. And as soon as I pay off that loan, the bank gives the title to me. The bank owns the car until I pay off the loan. However, in Dubai, there are loads of institutions where people could have took out loans. So the question is, which institution did they take the loan out to buy the car from? Where is the title? Those are all questions you have to wonder, and that's very hard to figure out, especially since the owner is basically not in Dubai anymore. The easiest way to buy one of these is going on their local Copart website or their local insurance auction website, and they have supercars there that probably were abandoned or were in light crashes or heavy crashes that you can buy at a steep discount if you really wanted to. However, most of those cars, though, are probably highly damaged, as you probably have seen on YouTube. So, however, there are companies out there that actually buy abandoned supercars, fix them up, make them look like new, and then transport them anywhere in the entire world, which is actually really cool. I think Carrera Garage, which is a Porsche one, actually does that. It's actually really cool. But that's basically that. I mean, you really can't physically go out and buy one in the desert. You have to buy one where the title is and etc. like that. But other than that, the ones that are just sitting on the side of the road, they're probably going to stay there until they impound them, the police impounds them, or if they ever find the title, which is probably very hard since the owner's not there anymore. And those are the answers to all those questions why these supercars are standing there in Dubai. I do hope you guys do enjoy this video. I know this video is a little bit different, but I thought it would be interesting since I just saw all these interesting abandoned supercars on social media, and I thought, why not make a video and share what happened to these and why they're just sitting there. hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I wasn't able to upload through the entire week. I was actually taking driver's ed, which basically allows me to actually drive on the road. So you'll probably be seeing me in some of my reviews actually driving a physical car now, which is probably why you subscribe to this channel. So, since I just finished and I passed my test, I got a 90%, so thank you very much, everybody. I can now officially not drive on the road just yet. I have to wait like 3 months till I'm 16 and then I can drive on the road. But since that basically took a long time and they were all day, I couldn't actually film any videos. So just warning that I'm not done with YouTube. Not done with YouTube, of course not. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, smash that like button. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!